She looks stronger than
Next award. At one point during the season, I told your dad you were Mr. Irrelevant, man. Because you probably had the hardest job playing all the way in the back, and then you had a job where you were just screening basically the whole entire every single freaking play. So I had to change it up, and I said, no, I can't just keep having them do that, man. And then finally you got a touchdown. I know you remember we did the flea flicker and I tried giving you a touchdown. Man, I don't recall you getting beat deep once all season long. And that is one of the best things about having you at safety. That is your job. Rohan's been there before and played free safety the whole entire season. Then I moved on to you just so I could move him around the field. Thank you for doing your job, man. Like, it's unbelievable. That back part of the field is your area, and you do it absolutely great, man. Again, didn't give up one touchdown all season long. You didn't give up one deep ball all season long. Thank you, and I'm glad I continue coaching you in gridiron as well. This next award is for Luie. Next award. You do absolutely everything, man. From the first season playing free safety, going back to the spring of last year, moving you to strong safety. This past fall, playing both corners, and then now coming at Metro Parks and playing linebackers. I never had a player who can play every single position and just do what you do at every single position. 3 leagues, we got 3 championships. We get to go back to gridiron with another one. Or no, 3 leagues, 4 championships. He's a one-time offensive player, 5-time MVP. This next award is for Rohan. And then last but not least, I think it's a 3-time defensive player, 3-time offensive player, 2-time MVP, flag pulling machine, goes down the middle of the field, stops the run, so you guys have opportunities to get interceptions. This next award is for Avery. So I couldn't do this without the help of 2 other people here. Lewis, the small things, whether we're practicing or in the game, you communicating with me. Thank you so much. Jasper, you recording, man. I'm telling you, I was going to every single game with the game plan. When I watch the videos over and over and over, I get to see what the kids are good at, what they're not, if they're running hard, if they're not running hard. I get to go over. I can remember a lot of stuff that happens in the games with the offense, but when I could sit there and watch it over and over and over and over and over again, like, it just makes it so much easier to have a game plan for them like I did today. You guys, thank you guys so much for your help. It makes it so much easier having you guys on the field next to me, you moving up and down the field recording. And I don't know if I can do it without you guys. But again, thank you guys for your help, and I got rings for you guys as well.
Ooh, thank you. All right, wow, thank you.
If you guys look at your rings, Jordan, yours is completely different from everybody else. You're the one who wanted the ring. I mean, it's a little bit different, not completely, but it's a little bit different. You guys can open it and look at your rings. In game 1, offensive player of the game, he had 2 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Avery.
All right, Avery.
And then the defensive player of the game. He had 9 flag pulls. Avery.
All right.
Game 2, which was his first game of the season. The offensive player, 12 of 17 passing, 6 touchdowns. Jordan. The defensive player of the game, it was a tie. They both each had 4 flag pulls and 1 interception. Avery and Cruz.
Cruz.
What is it for Avery? Game 3. The offensive player, 4 receptions, 1 touchdown. Cruz. And then defensive player of the game, 5 flag pulls, 2 sacks, 1 interception, 1 defensive touchdown. Jordan. Cruz, the offense. Yeah, the offense. Game 4. This one was a tie as well. And then the defensive player of the game, 2 flag pulls, 2 interceptions, 1 defensive touchdown, Rohan. Game 5 player of the game. He had 1 catch, 1 receiving touchdown, 9 of 17 passing, 4 touchdowns. Jordan.
Right.
The defensive player of the game, he's not here. He had 3 flag pulls, 2 interceptions, 1 defensive touchdown, which is Luie. Game 6, he's not here. 1 of 1 passing. He had 1 pass, which ended up in a touchdown, 5 receptions. Offensive player was Kaize. The defensive player of the game, 1 flag pull, 1 interception, 1 defensive touchdown, Avery.
All right.
In our playoff game, 11 of 18 passing, 4 touchdowns, 1 reception, 1 touchdown, Jordan. And then in the playoff game, the defensive player of the game, 5 flag pulls, 1 sack, Avery. This is the last time I'm doing this award because it's really not fair because you're like the main quarterback and you don't split reps with Rohan anymore. So Jordan, this is the last time I'm doing this award. Passing touchdowns leader. We had 33 passing touchdowns. You had 26 of them, which was a record. Most passing touchdowns in a season. Jordan. We only have 1 rushing touchdown, which is insane, Rohan, because you usually get so many goddamn rushing touchdowns. We only have 1, and that 1 went to Rohan, the rushing touchdown leader.
You actually don't have a rushing touchdown.
We had 100 receptions. This player had 25 of them. Most of this receptions leader, Cruz.
Cruz.
He beat Avery by 1. Avery had 24. We had 33 receiving touchdowns. This player had 11 of them. Receiving touchdowns leader, Cruz.
Cruz.
We had 118 flag pulls. And when it comes to flag pulls, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, if we're getting a whole bunch of flag pulls, does that mean we're on defense too much? And if we don't get enough flag pulls, then that could mean that they're either
Skip the match. Just skip the match.
yeah. I mean, it can mean a lot. But we had 3 players over 20. I believe Jordan, you had over 20 flag pulls. Cruz had over 20 flag pulls. There was only 1 person over 30 flag pulls. We had 118 flag pulls. This player had 33 of them. Flag pulls leader, Avery.
Avery.
This is the most sacks we've had in a single season. since the spring of 2023, the first season of Gridiron. I think it was like 6 total sacks in the season. This season we had 11. Avery had 3. Sack leader had 8, which is a record by one person. Sacks leader, Jordan.
All right.
You guys had 16 interceptions. It was a tie between 4 of you guys, and I had medals for it, but then the leader ended up getting the interception late in the game on a 2-point conversion. I believe it was Jordan, Rohan, and Avery each had 3. Interceptions leader had 4. Cruz.
Cruz.
That's it. Avery, yeah, you got the wrong one. She still has the black Cruz open. Oh no, there's. Do you have 5 touchdowns we've had in one season as well? You guys had 7 defensive touchdowns. It was a tie. Avery and Rohan, they each had 2. What? Defensive touchdowns. I'm gonna be seen 4 times a week, so it doesn't even matter. It was a new trophy I had given out this year. Season, I'm gonna start doing it from now on. Is the highlight of the season. It had to be a scoring play. The 3 that I had was Jordan, you scoring a touchdown, literally right in front of your mom. I thought that was cool as hell. Cruz, the Tiger run, the first time he did the damn Tiger run in that first game, he scored. And then Kaize, when I told you to throw it to Kaize, he scored that touchdown the first time we played the team we played again. Well, I made it down to 3, and that's why I didn't put it in there, because it took 3 attempts to do that. But he's not here to receive the offensive highlight of the award, but the highlight of the season went to Kaize. And then I don't know why I didn't tell them when I went there for defense once, since I was the offensive defense. The defensive highlight of the season, going to Liam. For him coming back, and then the first thing he does is make an interception for a touchdown is absolutely insane. Like, after missing all those games, and then comes back. And so those are the 2 highlights of the season. Kaize with the touchdown on offense. And then, Jordan, I'm actually going to give you one too, which you could actually take this one since you were part of that play. And I'll just give another one to Kaize and then.
Getting cold.
Then the last ones is the major awards. So there is a player game, which is the championship MVP. Hold on.
I'm getting this one.
So for the player of the game, which is the championship MVP, 14 and 19 passing. You had 4 touchdowns. You had a reception today, right?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had 1 reception.
When Rohan was getting.
Yeah, Rohan. It was on that 4th down, 4th and goal. So 4 passing touchdowns, 1 reception. You had 3 flag pulls, 2 sacks, and an interception. Championship MVP, Jordan.
Oh, man.
Oh, my ring.
Is it a case break? I have extra cases. For my top offensive player of the season. He's the only player to score every single game, besides Jordan, obviously. Led the team, again, dominated from start to finish, every single game. I remember pulling you out the game one game because I told Avery, I was like, nah, he's doing way too damn much right now. But the top offensive player of the season, 25 receptions, 11 touchdowns, Cruz.
Cruz, all right.
This is the second time the final game came down to top defensive player and most valuable player. And I believe in the spring it came down with, or I think it was the spring or in the fall. It was between Avery and Rohan and came down to the last. Yeah, it was in the fall. Because it came down to you guys' defensive touchdowns. For Rohan's defensive touchdown counted as 2 points. Top defensive player. It was a tie. It wasn't a tie. It was a close call between Avery and Jordan. Avery led in flag pulls with 33. Jordan, you had 21. Jordan, you had 8 sacks. Avery had 3. You guys each had 3 interceptions, which was a tie. Avery, you had 2 defensive touchdowns. Jordan had 1. Jordan, you had a safety. Avery had 0. Avery led in 1. Jordan led in 1. You guys each scored basically twice on defense. And what it came down to, just like in Rohan and Avery, it came down to points. Jordan, your safety was worth 2 points, and you had a defensive touchdown, which gives it only 8 points. Avery had 2 defensive touchdowns, we gave it 12 points. Again, that was a tough decision because both of you guys dominated on defense every single game. Your defensive player from this season, Avery.
All right.
And then your most valuable player. There's times Rohan could have been top defensive player, but probably like one game that would stop him from getting it. But the reason I bring that up is because there's only been 2 players to be top defensive player, top offensive player, and most valuable player since I've been doing it for 2 years. First player to do it was Kaize. He did it in 1 season with 2 teams in Metro Parks. And then the other player being Avery. And now there's a 3rd person to do this. Dude, I'm glad I was able to get you back, man. I'm so proud of everything you've done this season. The most valuable player. 84 pass attempts out of 126. 26 passing touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. 3 of them were your fault. You had 4 receptions, 3 of them were for touchdowns. 21 flag pulls, 8 sacks, 3 interceptions, 1 defensive touchdown, and 1 safety. And again, you broke 2 records. Most passing touchdowns in a season, most sacks in a season. The passing touchdowns, I think eventually that's going to get broken as well. Whether I put you back there or Rohan back there. The sacks, I tell you guys over and over and over again, the hardest thing to do in flag football is to get a sack because that quarterback can run. Well, they're not just gonna let you guys pull the flag. It makes it harder when they're able to run, and yeah, I understand that they can't run in this league, but 8 sacks, that is freaking insane, dude. Absolutely insane. And on top of that, he doesn't get those 8 sacks if you guys don't do your job on defense. If you guys aren't shutting down your zones where the quarterback has nowhere to throw the ball to, he's probably not getting some of those sacks. So before you get this award, you should thank them because without them, some of these sacks you don't get. But the most valuable player this season, the one-time offensive player, one-time defensive player, and now MVP, Jordan.
Jordan.
Again, you guys, thank you for another season. Cruz, Amari, man, I hope I can see you guys for this gridiron season. I know all 4 of them are signed up. I only got 3 spots left, and there's 4 players I wanted. 2 of them you guys I already told you they had. So if you guys want to join, you guys gotta hurry up. I already know who's on the roster already, but I get the first one in 8 days on the 10th. The season starts on the 7th. Again, you guys, thank you for another great season. Luie, your 2nd championship. Jordan, your 2nd championship. Amari, Cruz, your 1st. Liam gets his 2nd one. Kaize gets his 1st. Avery, Rohan, they get their 4th. Now we get to go back to gridiron, 7-on-7 all over again. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for another season. Jasper, Lewis, thank you guys for your help, man. Let's MVP one more time, man. Champion.
Yeah.